Hi everybody, it's Leonard here. Thank you for joining me today. If it's your first time visiting and our channel, please consider to subscribe, like this video, share it with your friends and with your family. It's important that you share and like it. Apparently that's good for the YouTube algorithms. I'm not really sure how it works, but they say it's good. So if you would consider doing that, it will really help me. But anyway, so I wanted to come and make myself a cup of tea because there's something interesting I really wanted to discuss with you guys today. And let me put it to you this way. What are the things that I wish I knew in my 20s? And I thought, while I'm pondering on it, I might as well make a video and share it with you guys. Stuff that I thought and things that I wish I knew in my 20s. And obviously when you want to make a video, the first thing you do, specifically on YouTube, you go onto YouTube and see what's out there. I couldn't find anything in South Africa. And obviously I picked up some stuff elsewhere in the world of YouTubers making videos of stuff and things they wish they knew in their 20s. But all these YouTubers are barely out of their 20s. They are 31 years old, 30 years old, 32, 33, and no disrespect to them. But I thought, isn't that a bit too quick? I've been out of my 20s now for close on a decade and a half, and I think I can add maybe a different perspective to it. And yeah, so that's what I want to talk to you guys about today. And I'm going to make myself a cup of tea, and let me show you guys what I like. This is 5 Roses, my favorite tea, or one of them. This is normal Ceylon tea. If I want rooibos tea, which the wife actually wanted me to drink more, but I don't really like it. I like it. I shouldn't say that. I like it. I love it. She's gonna watch this video. So I love rooibos tea. And the other one this one is almost forced down my throat many a times, which I don't like at all, but I love it. You can see it. I really love it. It's this pure green tea. It's very, very, very good for you. That's what I heard. So I'm going to make myself a cup of tea and I'll see you guys inside and then we can talk. So the first thing on the list is arguably the most concrete and tangible one, because this involves something that you physically have to do, and that is take care of yourself. And I don't have to remind you that you only have one body. And by taking care of yourself, I mean both what you put in your body and what you put on your body. Because I know when you're in your 20s, you just started earning some money, you moved out maybe on your own, and we tend to take the easy route, and that is to buy and eat a lot of junk food, a lot of greasy food. We don't sleep enough, and your body can handle it. You're young, you're vibrant, metabolism is in place, all of those things. But it is so important because in your 20s you really lay the foundation for the rest of your life as far as your body, physically, mentally, emotionally is concerned. Because these things catch up with you later on in life. We're talking about cholesterol, diabetes, high blood pressure. There's quite a lot of those ailments that could be prevented if you lived a healthier lifestyle. Next, let's talk about time. Now I know in your 20s that is most probably the last thing that you think about, because the only thing on your to-do list on your time roster is the next party, maybe the next paycheck, maybe the next date, etc. And I know I'm generalizing here, but please bear with me. Time is such a valuable asset, and I want to assure you that you have more time now than what you would most probably ever have in your life. So it's important that you spend your time wisely. And time is money, they say. There's something that I read in a book many moons ago, and that's also something I would advise you at this period in your life, is to read more books. And it said, with some people you spend an evening, and with others you invest it. Now think about that. Maybe you should get yourself or surround yourself with friends and people that are more mature than you, that has a little bit more life experience, so you can piggyback on the experiences and the time that they've already spent, and you can grow and learn from that. I just think that it is important that you spend your time wisely. Don't spend it as if you have infinite time left. You don't. I know this is such a cliche, but I realize maybe now more than ever. You see, I'm 44 now, that the older you get, the faster things go. And I know people say this all the time, but it is absolutely true. It sometimes seems to me like just the other day when my wife told me that she's pregnant with our firstborn, and now she's turning 18, going to university next year. My son is 14 and he's taller than me. But you know, when you are, and talking about time, when you are a teenager, you look forward to your 18th birthday because then you can vote. And then after that, it's always the next thing. You can't wait till you're 21. You can't wait for the next thing and for the next phase in your life, which is fantastic. I mean, that's one of the things that I also promote on this channel, to have dreams, to have aspirations, to go for it with all your might. But it is equally important to take time out, to slow down, to appreciate the finer things in life. It is equally important to spend time with friends and family and loved ones and those close and dear to you. To enjoy the present. Don't get too caught up in the hustle and the bustle, because one day you will wake up, you will look like me, and you will look back and you will tell yourself, wow, that went fast. Now next is don't be afraid to be yourself. Now we know that there's a lot of good people in this world, and this channel is there to promote the good in people. But we also know that between the cracks there are those whose sole purpose is to bring you down and to break you. They see you and they see who they are not. The success in your life stirs up the jealousy in their lives. The point is, you must embrace who you are. And the earlier and the sooner you get over that, the better it is for you. Embrace who you are. And even if you are different, or if you perceive yourself to be different, be happy with who you are. You know, I remember the one day I went to my mom in my early 20s, and I can't remember what happened. I just know I wasn't in a good space at that specific moment. And I told her, I said, Mom, you know what? They say I'm different. You know what she said? She said, yes, they are right. You are different, because they are all the same. And that's the mindset that I want you to cultivate and to acquire even in your life and in your approach towards life. But don't forget to always be and remain a gentleman, a lady, to be a person with integrity, with honor, good manners, good discipline, and have compassion. But don't be afraid to be yourself, and don't be afraid to stand up for yourself. You know, one thing that you must also remember is not everywhere that you fit in is where you belong. And let that sink in for a little bit. Not everywhere you fit in is where you belong. You see, often you invest so much time and effort into a friendship until you realize that you are not always your best friend's best friend, and that many meaningful relationships are formed throughout life. There's no time frame attached to it. You see, I for one was also trying to flog a dead horse for a very long time, not realizing at that time that my best friend wasn't even born yet. He's 14 years old now, so don't you fall into that trap. Accept who you are and be confident in who you are. And don't listen to the naysayers. I mean, they're just there, that's their full-time job, just to bring you down, because they can see where you are going. And the sky, I don't even want to say the sky is your limit, because it's not. I mean, this is just, it's the launch pad. Your confidence and your assurance, it will attract all the right people towards you. And that much I can assure you. I've been there. It will attract the right people. Your confidence. You don't have to worry. And I mean, what other people think of you is none of your business anyway. You just ensure that you stay on the straight and narrow path. All the other things will fall into place. And next is, don't be afraid to fail. Now about this topic I can really talk all day, but we don't have all day to talk about it. I have taken leaps of faith. I've gained so many lessons from my own failures. I've gained experience, I've gained knowledge from my own failures, I've gained resilience from my own failures, I've grown through my failures, and I added value to my own life through my own failures. And how do I recover from these failures? It is very important that you ignore the naysayers, that you understand that it's okay to fail, and using your failure as a leverage not only to recover but to help you to propel yourself into the future. And that is basically it. It is not a sin. It might not feel that way where you are now, but trust me, I've been there. I've done that. I know what I'm talking about. Next is, don't be afraid to negotiate. Now this is free advice that can even make you money. I remember it was in 2001. I drove in Beach Road, Gordons Bay, and there was an apartment for sale. So I phoned the agent and I asked him, I told him I'm interested in the apartment, what was the price? He mentioned to me that it is 249,000 Rand. I told the agent, I said, you know what, I only qualify for 204,000 Rand. And I told him, but I'm going to go back to the bank and see if I can get the bank to lend me the difference as well. So I went to the bank, it took me a couple of days. I think about a week later, I phoned the agent again. And then he told me, but he's sorry, but the property is sold. And I don't know how we got to it, but he mentioned to me it went for 205,000 Rand. And I was completely confused. And I said, but what happened? The buyer brought the price down. He made an offer for 205,000 Rand. And I never knew. How simple it might sound and stupid it might sound, I never knew that you can negotiate. I just simply never knew. And you know what I've learned there? Don't be afraid to negotiate. You know, you're not going to walk into a car dealership. The salesman is not going to say in 5 minutes we're going to start the negotiations and you can expect to drive me down 20% of the asking price. That's not going to happen. You have to initiate that negotiation. Otherwise you're going to pay full asking price. And that is something that you can actually carry over in your job interviews, when you negotiate for an increase. I mean, anything is negotiable. Anything is. Just try it. In your relationships, I'm not saying negotiate, but I mean there are certain things that you guys need to discuss. The point that I'm making here is do what makes you happy. Go for what you want. And remember, expecting the world to treat you fairly because you're a good person is like expecting the bull not to attack you because you're a vegetarian, or the lion not to eat you because you don't eat lion. It's just not going to happen. You have to stand up for yourself and you have to initiate all of this by yourself. Well, that's it from me for today. Thank you so much once again for joining me. Thank you for embarking on this journey with me. Please remember to subscribe to my channel, like this video, share it, and leave your comments in the comments section below. And I'm particularly looking forward to the things that you wish you knew in your 20s. Thank you so much, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.